County Board of Supervisors to order, please. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please remain standing. Following the Pledge of Allegiance will be a silent moment of reflection. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We'll have the reading of the notice, please.
The adjourned annual meeting of the Marathon County Board of Supervisors, composed of 38 members, will convene at the Marathon County Courthouse Assembly Room, 500 Forest Street, Wausau, on Thursday, February 19th at 6 p.m., and the agenda was duly signed and posted.
Thank you. I'd like to request everyone silence their cell phones or put them on vibrate as to not be an interruption to the meeting, and I thank you for your indulgence. And we'll move on to roll call, and I'd ask all the supervisors to please sign in. All right, thank you. And I'd like to welcome all of the visitors that we have this evening, including the viewing audience, and thank you for your interest in county government. We'll move on to item number 7 on the agenda, public comment. And if you don't mind, I'll ask for the board's indulgence. We had an individual, Mr. Brian Dillinger, sign up, but it was after the 5-minute period. So if somebody would, if they are so inclined to make a motion to suspend our rules, it does require a 2/3 majority vote to allow Mr. Dillinger to provide 3 minutes of public comment to the board. A motion by Vice Chair Dickinson to suspend the rules to allow public comment after the sign-up period. Is there a second? Seconded by Supervisor Drabek. All right, any discussion on the motion? Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. Again, this is just suspending the rules to allow Mr. Dillinger to speak. Supervisor Andrus?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, could you repeat your vote? Aye, okay. All right, and we'll proceed. And the motion is carried and is unanimous. So we will be going to public comment. And Brian Dillinger, you are granted 3 minutes of time to address the board. Again, your public comments are to be addressed to the chair. And the mic is yours and 3 minutes are yours, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Members of the county board, my name is Brian Dillinger. I'm with the town of Day, Marathon County. I am the chair of our plan commission, and I'm here to represent the town of Day regarding our proposed zoning code. To give you a little background on how we got here today, we established our plan commission in August of 2024 with our first meeting in early September. We were tasked by the town board with updating our comprehensive plan that wasn't done since it was first adopted in 2006, and also to develop our town zoning code. So we contracted with North Central Wisconsin Regional Planning Commission in October of 2024 to assist us in the comp plan updates. With lots of work, we completed the updates with final approval in July of 2025. During the same time, we were also working on developing our zoning code and our zoning map. We started working on the zoning code in September of 2024. So we also contracted with North Central Wisconsin Regional Planning Commission to assist us in developing our zoning map. After roughly 30 meetings with our commission, we had our final zoning code draft ready to be sent to our attorney for review. So prior to sending our code for review, we held a public hearing in July of 2025 for any public input, review, and for any added changes. The code was then sent for review, and that was completed in September of 2025. During the 2.5 months of the attorney review, we continued working on developing the zoning map, identifying parcels for which district they would identify as. Once we had the map and the review were completed, the commission then passed a resolution to recommend approval to the town board by the end of September. We held another public hearing in October of 2025. We did have to make a couple minor changes to some verbiage and identifications on the map that was directed to us from the public hearing held in October. The proposed code was then sent to the county in mid-December of 2025 for review and approval. It was presented to the ERC committee on February 3rd.
30 seconds.
And was unanimously approved. We are now at the final stage in the approval process per statute by sending it here to the county board for your approval. This has been a long process and exhausting to the commission members as we worked tirelessly and had some very long meeting nights. I give a lot of credit to our commission members because if it weren't for them, we wouldn't be here tonight discussing our zoning code. I will be here in attendance to answer any questions you may have concerning our zoning code. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Seeing how we have no other individuals signed up, we will move on to item B, educational presentation and/or reports by standing committee chairs or designees. Any standing committee chairs or designees? Okay, we will move on then to item C, consent agenda. Item C9 through items C12A. What is your pleasure? Motion by Supervisor Robinson, seconded by Supervisor Reynolds. Any discussion on the consent agenda items C9 through items C12A? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. Supervisor Enders, were you not able to get into the open meetings? Okay. Aye. Thank you. And we'll proceed, and the motion is carried and is unanimous. Thank you. Moving on to D, item D, ordinances from the Environmental Resources Committee. Item D, 13A from the Town of Frankfort rezone. Tim Vreeland for Larry Mueller, ordinance 0-5-26. What is your pleasure? Motion by Supervisor Drabek, seconded by Supervisor Carvelli. Any discussion? Any discussion? All right, seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. Supervisor Endres.
Aye.
Supervisor Endres, aye. Thank you. And we'll proceed, and the motion is carried and is unanimous. Thank you. Moving on to item D, 13B, from the Town of Green Valley Rezone, Tim Vreeland, for Tim and Stephanie Spieth, ordinance 0-6-26. What is your pleasure? Motion by Supervisor Conway and seconded by Supervisor Shaneborn. Supervisor Seifelt, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to make an amendment to 13-2 Green Valley rezone. Area to be rezoned to LDR, low density residential, is described as lot 1 and 2 of the preliminary CSM. From the first paragraph and leaving the last sentence to just read parent partial 030-2065-102-0996.
Thank you. Is there a second to that motion? Seconded by Supervisor Robinson. Just to give the board a little bit of an update, there was a notice from the zoning administrator and the department head that there was an error in the original resolution and the original CSM, and so this corrects that and corrects the information on that. Okay, is there any further discussion on the amendment? Any further discussion on the amendment? All right, we'll proceed to vote on the amendment itself. Supervisor Endres?
Aye.
Supervisor Endres, aye. And we'll proceed. And the motion is carried unanimously. Now, back to the original motion to approve the Town of Green Valley rezone, ordinance 0-6-26 as amended. Any further discussion? Any further discussion? All right, seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. Supervisor Endres?
Aye.
Supervisor Endres, aye. Thank you. And we'll proceed, and the motion is carried and is unanimous. Thank you. Item D, 13C, from the Town of McMillan rezone, Jason Pfluger for Gary Schulman, 0-7, ordinance 0-7-26. What is your pleasure? Motion by Supervisor Crivelli and seconded by Supervisor Kurth. Any discussion? Any discussion? All right, seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. Supervisor Endres.
Aye.
Supervisor Endres, aye. Thank you. And we'll proceed, and the motion is carried and is unanimous. Thank you. Moving on to item D, 14, from the Infrastructure Committee, the Town of Bergen, no parking on County Road O, ordinance 0-8-26. What is your pleasure? Motion by Supervisor Robinson, seconded by Supervisor Boots. Supervisor Seibert, please.
I was in the impression they were gonna leave them park on one side of County Highway O. They're not gonna allow either side?
Mr. Chair, if I may?
Please. Vice-
Yes, that is
Deputy
correct.
Administrator?
That is correct. What was agreed upon between all the parties was that the congestion was severe during events, having people park on both sides of the road. And so in order to alleviate the inability of vehicles to maneuver and to cut down on the pedestrians needing to cross the road, that they would have parking only on the one side. And so that is what has been agreed upon. They're going to try that in hopes that it reduces that congestion and increases the safety there during those larger events.
This says no parking on County Road O.
That's just a title. That's not the actual ordinance itself. That's just a title on the agenda. But there is, in the ordinance, it's allowed on one side.
Okay. Thank you.
Supervisor Sandalski, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I've had conversations with the business owners and, or the business owner and all the neighbors that are around there, and they said they're all good with this resolution. Thank you.
Okay, any further discussion? Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. Supervisor Boots and Supervisor Andrus, please.
No.
Supervisor Andrus, no. And we'll proceed. And the motion is carried, but is not unanimous. Moving on to resolutions, Environmental Resources Committee, item E15, the Town of Day Zoning Code Adoption, Resolution 8-26. Motion by Supervisor Drabek, seconded by Supervisor Mask. Any discussion? Any discussion? All right. Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. Supervisor Andrus.
Aye.
Supervisor Andrus, aye. Thank you, and we'll proceed. And the motion is carried and is unanimous. Thank you. Moving on to item F. F16, approval of the administrator's 2026 work plan, resolution 9-26. What is your pleasure? Motion by Supervisor Seifelt, second by Supervisor Robinson. I will turn it over to the deputy administrator to give a little bit of background and how we got here today.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. So each year, as outlined in your county board rules, the county administrator prepares a plan of work for approval. Past practice has been that the administrator addresses goals and objectives outlined in the county's strategic plan through board documents and discussions regarding the overall operational needs of the county. These items did come before the executive committee on January 22nd. They reviewed all of the items and some suggestions for addition were made, which were to deliver financial updates to standing committees for Department of Jurisdiction and continue to enhance the 5-year capital improvement planning process with guidance by HRFC. So those were added to the listing that you have in your packet, and they were asked then to rate two different ways. One is the overall ranking of what you think were the highest 5 priorities. And then they were also asked to rank within each category, the top 3. Some only had 2, so it was just 1 and 2. The results were then tabulated, and what you have in front of you and in your packet highlights then the overall ratings. Number 1 was to divest and redevelop the UWSP campus. Number 2, continue the highway shop relocation project as directed, including delivering of funding presentation and strategy resolutions in Q1 2026. Number 3, healthcare benefit strategy. Evaluate utilization of new on-site clinic provider and develop timeline for consideration of health insurance delivery model, fully insured versus self-insured. Number 4, further centralize and integrate finance operations. And then we had a tie for number 5. So 5A is data reporting, enhanced department-based and program-based performance measures. And 5B, oversee Forensic Science Center, including implementation of financial reporting, modeling, and create non-lapsing contingent fund. So those were how the executive committee rated. The board rules, however, do state that this needs to be approved by the entire board. So, and as always, we know county government is ever changing. This is a guide. We understand that things may be added, things may be accomplished and removed, and something else may just come in and take priority. But this is a fluid document, and we present that for your information.
So we bring it to the county board for its consideration. Again, as the deputy administrator pointed out, this was the rankings that the executive committee came up with based on their knowledge of all of the projects that are going on in the county, and it's up for consideration by the full board and the input. It's not to say that some of those other items that are on the full list are not important and will still get worked on and will be worked on, but it just prioritized the highest items that the executive committee seen fit to prioritize. So I bring it up, I'll open it up for discussion. Any discussion? Okay, seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. Supervisor Endres?
Aye.
Supervisor Endres, aye. And we'll proceed. And the motion is carried and is unanimous. Thank you. We'll move on to item G. Resolution coming from the Infrastructure Committee. Item G17, a Sustainable Transportation Funding Resolution, Resolution 10-26. What is your pleasure? Motion by Supervisor Robinson, seconded by Supervisor Mask. Any discussion? Supervisor Sandulski, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Excuse me. Can we just get more details on what exactly the plan is with this? Is this to increase the sales tax, or is this to, like user fees, it says go towards specific, or is this just to allocate certain fees towards that? Can we just get some clarification on it? Thank you.
Supervisor Robinson?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think the Wisconsin Counties Association, Wisconsin Towns Association, and Transportation Development Association have been raising a flag relative to the funding shortfalls within the transportation fund. In the past couple of budgets, they've been rating the general fund. A few of you will remember that a few years ago, there was a constitutional amendment to prohibit the raising the transportation fund, and that was successful. And now there's insufficient revenues in the transportation fund to go forward. The purpose of the resolution is to raise the issue of the funding shortage and basically ask the players in Madison to come up with what the best solution is, whether it's a increase in the gas tax, dedicated part of the sales tax, earmarking general purpose revenue, but raising the issue. To put it in perspective, we're supposed to receive 30% of the cost of the county highway system from the state. I think we're at under 19%. And that's with a healthy economy. The concern is if the economy goes south and there's less general purpose revenue, what will happen to the transportation fund? So this is trying to raise the issue to get people in Madison to sit down at the table and look at what is the best solution for funding transportation projects into the future.
And I would expand upon that a little bit. It is not specifying a specific revenue source, is specifically given that latitude to the legislature and what their best interest is. But in the last few budgets, there's been roughly $1 billion of transfers from general purpose revenue over to take care of the projects in the highway system and the transportation system. And so since indexing has been removed from the gas tax, there's nothing that allows the gas tax to continue to increase, to stay afloat with inflation. And so it's just bringing the attention to the legislature and saying, if whatever solution you want to move forward is something that is necessary, especially in light of the true increased costs in maintaining our infrastructure throughout the state. Any other discussion? Vice Chair Dickinson, please.
In the now therefore be resolved, the second item mentions end bonding. So includes responsible and prudent use of general purpose revenue and bonding. Is bonding currently a mechanism that is used to raise funds for transportation in this state?
It is to a certain extent, depending on certain projects. So it depends on the project. Other discussion? All right. Seeing no other discussion, we'll proceed to vote. Supervisor Andrus?
Aye.
Supervisor Andrus, aye. All right, and we'll proceed. And the motion is carried, but is not unanimous. Moving on to item H from the Human Resources, Finance, and Property Committee. Item H18, amend the 2026 budget to accept a donation to the Marathon County Veterans Service Commission, Resolution 11-26. Motion by Supervisor Poole and seconded by Supervisor Arstead. Any discussion? Any discussion? This is a budget amendment and does require a 2/3 majority vote. Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. Supervisor Andrus?
Aye.
Supervisor Andrus, aye. Thank you. And we'll proceed. And the motion is carried and is unanimous. Thank you. Moving on to announcements and or requests. Item I-19. Any announcements and or requests? All right, we are down to item I-20. What is your pleasure? Motion by Supervisor Seefeld, second by Supervisor Reynolds to adjourn. All those in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried and we stand adjourned. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna vote, but I'm in favor of it. I'm gonna have to count my vote, but.